Previously, we met Mash, a boy with exceptional physical strength but no magical abilities. Where magic was commonplace, after a run-in with the authorities, Mash struck a deal with Officer Brad to attend the Eastern Magic Academy. Mash passed rigorous entrance exams using his immense strength and impressed the academy's headmaster. He then started his classes with a new roommate, Finn, who would soon learn that Mash was far from ordinary. We find out that the academy is divided into 3 dorms: Adler, Orca, and Lang. Mash is from Adler dorm, which stands for courage. Orca stands for wisdom, and Lang stands for ambition. Each dorm has a rivalry with the other. We then see a student named Dot, walking through the hallways and beating up some students who tried to block his path. The following day, the Lang dorm and the Adler dorm are seen to have a joint class. Dot then makes his entrance, acting like he is the main character and sees Mash as a side character because of his appearance. Dot's dream shatters when Lemon arrives, asking Mash if she can tag along with him. Dot gets jealous of Mash and spits on his face. He starts complaining about how Mash is getting attention from her and it's because of guys like Mash that he can't get a girl for himself. He then declares that he will be getting rid of all the hot guys from the world after he becomes the divine visionary. A student named Silver, who had witnessed Mash's feats during the Dweller match, approached him and reminded him that he was nothing, provoking Mash to attack him with an iron pillar. The professor intervened, and Silver claimed that they were just joking around. Mash was about to hit Silver, but Lance stopped him and revealed that Silver was actually 1 year older than him, but had been suspended for a year for being a troublemaker. Lance warned him to stay away from Silver, but Mash was only worried about his cream puff not being crushed. They head into the forest but soon get separated from each other. Mash then runs into Dot, who freaks out after watching him, so he slaps him to calm him down. Dot is ready to fight Mash, but they then hear a girl screaming for help. A student was going to attack her but gets taken down with Dot's explosion magic. Dot begins to panic when the girl thanks him for rescuing her. He tries to remain calm, but when she grabs his hand, he begins to lose control. Somewhere in the forest, we see a beaten scorpion. It appears that Silver has already retrieved the square stone, but it looks like he is planning something else. Dot is completely charmed by her and is about to ascend to heaven, but it is revealed that the girl is using magic on Dot, which makes anyone fall madly in love with her. She then tries her magic on Mash, but he stays unaffected. She was surprised that her magic was not working on him. She uses more energy to charm him by grabbing his hand. However, this does not have any effect on our Giga Chad, which makes her more upset. Dot asks the girl what's going on, and she tells him that Silver is threatening her and making her do whatever he asks for. He swears he'll help her, but then suddenly they're attacked and Silver shows up. He wants to fight him so he can help her, so he throws a bunch of fireballs and it all goes off in a huge explosion. Dot thinks he's won, but then we see Silver protect himself with his iron magic. He then attacks Dot with his iron pillar, which ends up tossing away Mash's cream puff. Silver keeps taunting them to fight him, while Mash is just shocked at losing his cream puff. Dot is surprised by the difference in their magic power. He thinks Mash will be of no use, so he has to save the girl alone by himself. Silver taunts him by calling him weak. He then gives him a chance and tells him that he will leave the girl alone if he manages to take 5 hits from him. He even bets a silver coin according to academy regulations. The girl warns him that he might get injured, but Dot decides to take his challenge thinking he can withstand it. But Silver says that Mash is also involved in this and he will also have to take 5 hits. Dot, not wanting to involve Mash in his mess, claims that he will take Mash's hits too. Silver attacks him with his iron magic and Dot falls to his knees after taking the first hit. Silver continues to attack him and Dot takes all his attacks. He still stands after 9 hits, thinking of how the girl cried and suffered because of Silver. Silver uses a strong attack for his final blow which directly hits Dot and knocks him out. Silver starts to laugh but Dot manages to stand up again. Dot orders Mash to take the girl and run away, but it turns out she's actually working for Silver. She insults Dot and says that she hates people like him. Silver starts laughing because he is so easy to fool, but his mouth is suddenly filled with a cream puff. Mash believes they've gone too far, so he joins the fight. He says he'll go for the 10-hit challenge and tells Silver to go for it. Silver thinks Mash is trying to act strong in front of a girl. He then brags about how he had earned 2 gold coins during his first year in the Magic Academy. He then attacks Mash with his spell and Mash gets hit a lot but finally catches Silver's spell and crushes it with his hands. Mash was about to use his tricep spell but Silver thought he was just playing around. Silver continued using his magic, but this time Mash dodged them and started smashing them one by one. Mash lands a satisfying punch on Silver's face, which sends him flying. He starts bleeding and wonders what just happened. He thinks his magic is strong even among the second-year students, so there is no way a first-year can beat him. So he goes for a counterattack, but Mash smashes right through it, and lands another blow on him. Silver is down on his knees, realizing that he can't win against him as he can't take any more hits. Mash suddenly moves back and takes a seat, reminding Silver that he still has 8 more hits to take. Mash gets back up and asks Silver if he is ready for the next wave. Silver knows he will die if he takes any more hits. He's trying to figure out what to do next, and all of a sudden, a giant scorpion with a star-shaped stone on his head shows up. Silver thought of using this opportunity to get away while it was busy with Mash, but Mash sent it flying with one shot, saying he didn't have time for it and it dropped its star-shaped stone. Silver freaks out thinking Mash is a monster, but Mash lets him go as he feels bad for him. He then moves on to the girl, and she starts freaking out. She starts acting and crying, saying she was forced to help Silver, and Mash tells her that it's all right. She thinks that guys are so easy to take advantage of, but Mash believes in equality and slams her on the ground. Dot thinks there is something wrong with him, and Mash goes to meet up with his friends. Lemon's worried about him after seeing him all beaten up, and Finn's really impressed with Mash because he beat up the Starston Scorpion, which was worth 2 silver coins. Lemon checks up on Dot and tells him that he should go to the nurse's office. He immediately falls in love with her, and he starts freaking out, while she thinks he's just weird. In the end, Dot apologizes to Mash for his involvement in the incident and expresses his gratitude for his assistance. Mash's pockets light up as his silver coins combine together to turn into 1 gold coin. Lance talks about how they've been targeted because he heard that the Lang dorm is after their coins. He also warns them to be on the lookout for the Magia Lupus, which is a group of elite Lang students. Mash said he didn't know that there were different dorms, and Finn reminded him of the sorting ceremony. Right after they got to the academy, the students were sorted using the unicorn skeleton. They grab onto the skeleton's horn and the skeleton reads their thoughts and puts them into the right dorm. But when Mash's turn came, the skeleton got confused. It tried to get a better look inside Mash's mind, but all it could see were cream puffs. Not able to come up with an answer, the skeleton decided that anyone who liked cream puffs had to be in the Adler dorm. Lance warns Mash that he needs to be extra careful with Magia Lupus, as he now has a gold coin and they might be after him. But despite his warning, Mash gets lost and ends up in the worst possible place, the Magia Lupus's meeting spot. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.